Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Over here I read anonymous stories online. So if you like listening to anonymous stories, please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. Am I the asshole for telling my sister her boundary will destroy her relationship with her nephew? I, 30 female, recently got married and had a baby. My sister, 24, does not like my husband and will not tell me why. When I first brought him home to introduce everyone, she was a bit standoffish, but in general, she doesn't really like people. Very few friends, never brings anyone home to meet the family, and has never wanted to spend time with anyone I brought home. Before my husband and I got married, I asked her if she had any issues with him. She said no, and that he seemed nice. I asked her to be my maid of honor and thought all was well. Fast forward last week, my husband goes to drop off something at the family home. Sister lives with my parents and came back looking shaken. I asked him what happened and he said he knocked and went into the kitchen and my sister told him my parents weren't home. He said he tried to give her the stuff I had asked him to drop off and she told him to put it in the garage. It was food, even though they were in the kitchen. He said as he was picking the stuff back up to go, he tried making small talk, commenting about the weather, and she snapped at him saying, "Don't." She was, slurring, and then she stormed out of the room. My husband has never given me reason to worry about him being inappropriate or anything, but that was where my mind first went. We live near them and he had been gone for less than 5 minutes. I called my sister to ask what happened and she hung up on me, messaged her and she ignored me until this morning when I bombarded her phone with messages because I wanted to resolve whatever was going on. She finally replied and basically said she hates him, has always hated him, and her only boundary is that he never talks to her. In the 7 years we have been together, they've spoken maybe 5 times and that was mostly him greeting her. I asked her why and she said she doesn't need a reason. She just doesn't like him and doesn't want him around. I asked her point blank if he had done or said something to make her feel like that and she said he didn't do anything and that she doesn't need a reason to feel how she does. Now my family is very close. My other sibling brother, he's 29, and I sometimes drop by unannounced to help my mom cook dinner or just hang out. My parents encourage this as they say they like having us around. I told her it's going to be weird if he can't even just greet her when we come over. She said she was sick of me having a stranger in her home. I told her I didn't realize she felt that way about him and said I wouldn't ask him to drop things off without me being around anymore. Mind you, she's had 7 years to get to know him and I didn't realize she still considered him a stranger. She then said that was not the point, that she didn't want him talking to her at all and that was the boundary she wanted respected. I told her that I would tell him and try to keep them apart, but that would mean her time with my son, her nephew, who is 6 months, would be affected because my husband will not be comfortable with our son being around someone who hates him. Frankly, I'm now uncomfortable with it too because I don't know what idea she will try to put in his head. It's also going to affect my parents' time with him because if my husband can't bring him around, it's going to affect the amount of time he goes over there. I didn't tell her, but that hurts my heart because they absolutely adore my son. He is their first and only grandchild so far and they love spending time with him, always telling us to bring him over. She said I was playing the victim, painting her as a bitch and trying to trample the only boundary that she has set for herself. I'm currently thoroughly lost and trying to figure out the best way forward. Am I the asshole here? And is there any way I can fix this situation? There is an edit. I never expected so many replies in such a short time, but I appreciate the responses to clarify a few things and answer some questions. I've mentioned it to my parents and they are aware of what happened. My mom said she will sit my sister down for a conversation, but from what I hear, my sister keeps making reasons to avoid it. Busy, tired, wanting more time. My dad says not to worry about it and it will blow over. My dad had a heart attack recently and is currently recovering, so I don't want to push it with them right now and stress him out, so I left it at that with him and changed the subject. My partner is amazing and has never given me a reason to worry about him being around any females. I admit I was worried he had done something when he told me how she responded, because I can't wrap my brain around why she would blow up over just small talk. But she herself said he didn't do anything. I know my brother has had partners, but he hasn't brought any home. I myself didn't bring anyone home until I was serious about them and thought they might be a future together. So I brought them home, a grand total of 2 guys. Current partner and my ex-boyfriend from college. Regarding her mental health, she's always had a bad temper, has snapped at me many times with no apology, even when she realized later she was wrong. Example, she accused me of taking her shoes, which she had actually just left in the vehicle. There has never been anything on this level before. I honestly feel like you said your sister is being a bitch, because if you cannot give me a reason as to why you are treating someone like trash, I don't see why I should help you or understand you. So basically you don't like the person, so you think it's okay for you to just treat them anyhow. Can't you be polite? Don't you have manners? Can't you just pretend? If you don't have to show somebody you don't like them by being rude towards them or snapping at them. Hey, if it was me, I'll put in your place. Because why would you talk to me like that? Me, if I were your husband, saying she doesn't want to talk to me or hear from me or anything, I will also avoid her like the plague, because it's not by force to talk to someone, most especially if they don't want to talk to you. Read the room and let them be. Am I the asshole for taking back my tip after the waitress humiliated me in front of everyone? Alright, this occurred a few nights ago and I just can't believe it happened the way that it did. My partner, 29 female, and I, 32 male, dined out at this Italian restaurant we've been to several times. It's not highly sophisticated but pleasant enough that you get to sit down, order wine, and have a relaxed evening. Our server, let's name her Samantha, was kind of phased throughout. She lost my drink twice, served the wrong starter, and vanished for what seemed like an eternity. When it arrived time to order desserts, it wasn't the end of the world. I've worked customer service myself and I get that hectic nights go wild. However, service was really poor. When the check came, I paid and left a 10% cash tip. Not excessive, but not nothing either. I thought it was reasonable given the circumstances. We were just standing up to leave when Samantha came over, took the cash and said, "Seriously, this is it?" She had said it audibly. A few people at some nearby tables turned around and stared. I was taken aback. I didn't even know what to say first. Then she added, servers can't pay their rent because of people like you. If you can't tip properly, don't dine out. The restaurant became totally silent, like sitcom silent. My girlfriend was wincing. I just remained calm and said, "Okay, sorry you feel that way," and started to leave. Then, no kidding, she muttered, "Whatever, cheapskates," but loudly enough that it was not only for us. So I went back over, walked over to the table, took the tip, and left without another word. My girlfriend later informed me that I did fine with it, but one of my friends feels like I had overstepped by insisting on getting the tip back, that no matter what, you just leave it and move on. I feel like to be scolded and humiliated on account of a 10% tip that I actually did leave is way out of bounds. So am I the asshole for retrieving the tip after she yelled at us in front of everyone in the restaurant? You are not the asshole. She's very lucky you didn't yell back at her. What? Is it your money? You don't make money for anybody. And if you are coming to dine out, so now as I'm making my money, I should think about you, that you are paid to serve me in addition, to serve the drinks, because you are saying if I don't have enough money, I shouldn't go out. I saved the exact money out of my money to come for this particular purpose and not because of you. If you know the job is too hectic or you are not willing or interested to do it, then leave the job. But you will not come and stress me. She's very lucky. And no one even came, so they are totally okay with that at that. That would have been my last time at that restaurant. My boyfriend, 27 male, moved 3 hours for work and wants me, 27 female, to transfer schools and move in together in the new city. I am currently in the nursing program and will finish late next year. My boyfriend has moved about 3 to 4 hours away for a job at a new fire department. I live alone and I can afford to live on my own. I have no debt or student loans and I like where I live now. My boyfriend moved back to where he grew up and lives with his mom for now. It's a very cool city in Florida. I would say the city I'm in now is so cool, but the one he moved to is even more expensive. We have been together for more than a year and I know he doesn't feel like he's set up to get engaged at the moment. But I'm unsure if moving there as a girlfriend is in my best interest. I don't really like the city he moved to and would only move there for him. We would also be splitting rent and that would save me some money. But I would be paying more than him as I am better off financially. Would making a move like this as a girlfriend be a bad idea? If we broke up, I would not want to stay there and I am worried about getting stuck in a sunk cost mindset. I want to get married and have a family and he seems to want the same thing, but I know words and actions don't always align. As a person, he's wonderful. I love and adore him and we don't have problems with fighting or being angry at each other. I am thinking about telling him I need to finish school where I'm at than transferring campuses. I do miss him a lot and we see each other usually once in a month, maybe twice. I also have a dog who needs a reliable dog sitter while I am in clinic and I'm worried about finding a new one I can trust. I love him and want to be with him, but I don't know if I should move my whole life and leave my friends and support when he's not ready for a bigger commitment. There is an edit. I hear you all loud and clear. I will finish out my program in my city and reevaluate after. Degrees will never leave me and there is no guarantees in love. Thank you all so much for your time and sharing your experiences. That makes a lot of sense. You can't just move your whole life, he should understand, because then you cannot just move in hopes that you people get married because he's not even ready. You are, and you are comfortable where you are, you're okay, so there's no need to just uproot your whole livelihood, move over to a different city. If you were okay with it, that would have been a different story, but deep down you yourself, you are not okay, and if you're not okay with it, don't do it. It's not a do or die affair. He should understand. If it was okay for him, that's why he wanted to move. So if it's not okay for you to, that's totally fine. Guys, I've come to the end of today's video. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. See you in my next upload.